is I'd like to welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2024. I give you your valedictorian, our own funny man, our own voice of your morning announcements, Vihad Sharma.
Well, we all wore the same thing today, huh? How embarrassing. Anyway, good morning, teachers, staff, parents, guests, and of course, the class of 2024. I would like to extend my gratitude to my classmates for honoring me with the opportunity to speak today as valedictorian. My goal is to thank those around us, bring back some memories, give some advice, and hopefully make you feel like this wasn't a waste of 7 minutes. I would like to thank the teachers and staff at Meadowvale for making the school the way it is, for all their hard work in passionately teaching us the courses we've taken. For example, Mr. Droppo's ability to somehow relate the JFK assassination to the concept of momentum, and the English teachers actually making us read a book for the first time in 7 years. While we may have been on our phones most of the time, don't worry, not all of it flew over our heads. Next, I want to thank our friends. You were there for us, whether we needed to rant about the 3 tests we had in a single day, wanted advice about how to talk to that special someone, needed comfort after the inevitable heartbreak that comes after that, or just hanging out on a Friday night knowing that we had a ton of homework to do at home. I want to shout out the members of the Gaming Buddies and Gym group chats, including Ari, Ikjat, Ali, Marcel, Zaim, Abe, Vishal, Adi, and everyone else who I talk to at my own free will. Thank you for being my best friends and punching me as hard as you can on my birthday. Remember your friends as you move on, because you cannot make old friends. Of course, I have to thank our parents and guardians. I know the hard work that must go into dealing with us, giving us rides to school, helping us with homework, even if you had to search it up yourselves, doing our laundry, and most importantly, packing our lunches. Though we may not say it very often, we love you and we are eternally grateful for what you've done for us. I would like to give a shout out to my family. Thank you to my mom, Shraddha, for putting up with me. There she is. With me and knowing her wherever I have a chance, as well as making the best food on planet Earth. Thank you to my dad, Vivek, for encouraging me to do difficult things and pushing me to do my best. And like it or not, you have him to thank for my sense of humor. Finally, thank you to my little sister Vivica for being such a joyful presence, and even though you annoy me a lot, I couldn't ask for a better sister. If it wasn't for everyone I've thanked today, I wouldn't be standing up here, and each of us have our own people we need to thank for helping us walk across the stage today as graduates. Throughout our time at Meadowvale, we've had the opportunity to learn many useful things, such as how to make cookies or how to say, "Where's the bathroom?" in French. However, there were some topics that tortured us as well. MLA formatting, the conservation of mass, globalization. There's one thing that we learned that has haunted my classmates and my dreams for years. The sine wave. For those of you who may not know, a sine wave is a graph based on the expression y is equal to sine x and contains an oscillating wave that goes up and down. And while this wave has inflicted indescribable pain on anyone who has taken functions, I also believe this graph can accurately represent anything in life, and I will prove it. The taste of an alfana half and half over time. As you can see, the graph goes up and down, just like their consistency throughout the week, very hit or miss. If you don't know what a half and half is, it's that thing in the corner that kind of looks like vomit, and sometimes it tastes like vomit too. My confidence during a math test. I'm sure we can all relate to this. The first few questions are pretty easy, and then you come across a question that you wonder if even Albert Einstein in his prime could do. And of course, this is a valedictorian speech, so I have to mention high school. If the past 4 years didn't have the highest highs and lowest lows, I'm not sure we went to the same school. It feels like just yesterday we were in grade 9. The lowest moment of that year was probably sitting at home in our online classes, anxiously waiting for the class to end so we could get back to doing absolutely nothing. I probably learned more about how to use Microsoft Teams and Google Meet than any actual course material, because I just played Tetris the whole time, and I know it wasn't just me who was distracted. Don't even try to lie. Maybe for you it was Netflix or scrolling through social media, but one thing is for sure, we need everything but pay attention. Of course, we did go to school a little, and this was definitely the high point of the year. Depending on what cohort you were in, you may have only gone to school twice a week for 2 hours, and the rarity of actually going to an in-person class made it feel like an event. And here's a sentence I thought I would never say. I was actually excited for school. I wish I could say being online for an entire year made me never take going to school for granted again, but based on my grade 12 semester to attendance rate, I can safely say that's not the case. In grade 10, the first semester was a nightmare that we'll never speak of again. The alternating week schedule made it so that I never really knew what class I had, and my phone storage is still full from the number of screenshots I had to take of that stupid green check mark. Semester 2 was much better though, as we finally got to experience a normal semester without everything being so complicated. Masks came off and we finally got a face reveal. In this year overall though, clubs and teams started running again, and for me, I decided to try playing football, because I thought it would be fun to tackle people and not get in trouble for it. But let me tell you, you haven't experienced real suffering until you've had to run across a football field 9 times with a 40-pound tire on your shoulder. Then we moved on to grade 11. We became seniors and got to experience our first real year of high school without all the restrictions. School got a lot harder, but luckily for us, ChatGPT came out around the same time. We wrote our first exams this year. Let me tell you from experience that waking up at 4 a.m. of the day of the final and revising 5 months of chemistry in 3 hours may not be the best idea. And finally, we got to the biggest year of them all, grade 12. We had our highs when we started getting on top of our work, making new friends, figuring out our future plans, or going to prom. We also had to make one of the hardest decisions of our lives, deciding what we wanted to do next. And no, sadly, being Spider-Man wasn't an option when I checked. But alongside this, we had our lows, bombing a quiz, friendships ending, or having 3 exams back to back to back. I know for a fact this year wasn't all sunshine and rainbows or pure chaos. We've all fallen down more than a few times, but we've always managed to get back up. But what has motivated us to always bounce back? Without a doubt, it's for the hope that things get better. Hope is the strongest emotion, stronger than fear, love, or hatred. Hope is what got us through these 4 years, what makes us leave our comfort zone to achieve our goals. Hope is even the reason you get out of bed in the morning, for the hope that today will be better than the last. The second you lose hope is the second that this graph turns from a sine wave into a line going straight down, because to live without hope is to cease to live. Though we may be at one of the peaks right now, we won't stay here forever. We'll face struggles, we'll want to quit, but remember that we've come back before, and I assure you we will do it again. You don't have to enjoy your low moments, but appreciate them, for it's during the darkest nights that produces the brightest stars. Another thing about this particular section of the sine wave is that it ends today. There were many times we regretted our choices and wished we could go back and change what we have done, act differently. But that's the thing about time. It only moves forward, and pretty fast at that too. No rewind button or playback speed adjustments. So instead of dwelling on the past, thinking about what could have been, or looking into the future to some ideal scenario, live in the moment, for the present is a gift, and the only thing we have control over is here and now. You may be thinking about how you're going to miss a lot of these people, how we're no longer going to be in the same building every day, but let me remind you that the future is unwritten. We are all moving on to bigger and better things, and while we may no longer see each other as often, we'll be happy knowing the people who we ate lunch with once upon a time are out there doing what they were meant to do. And when you truly care for someone, the knowledge that they've become the best person they can be makes you much happier than anything you could feel for yourself. So don't be dismayed by goodbyes. They're necessary before you can meet again. And meeting again, after moments or lifetimes, is certain for those who are friends. So farewell, my friends.